All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's weekly Quiptic crossword, set this week by Picaroon. This is usually easier than the daily cryptic. One across, reluctant to wear, oddly cheesy apparel. Well, oddly makes me think we're going to take every other letter from at least cheesy, CES. Um, And then, well, is the definition reluctant or reluctant? Oh, no, of course, to wear can mean you put one word around the other. So that I think that means the CES would go around a word for reluctant. And it's going to, oh, well, of course, the obvious synonym for apparel is clothes. And so reluctant is loath, Loth. Is that a British thing? Maybe I've been away from the British Isles too long, but I would have spelled loathe Loath. I think. I think with now I'm wondering if there's even an e after it. Let me look that up and clarify it. All right, so yeah, loathe with the e at the end means to dislike greatly. So just put loath, Loath means unwilling or reluctant, but Loth is a variant and most common in UK English, though even UK writers prefer the Loath by a significant margin. So I wonder if the short spelling mainly occurs in crosswords. All right, let's try one down. And sorry for that little additional information. Firmly grasp, batch of eggs. Well, I do remember that a batch of eggs is called a clutch, which also means to firmly grasp. Old drunk Noah entertains one Cincinnati resident. Well, if you know Cincinnati is in Ohio, and therefore a resident would be an Ohioan. And so O is old, Noah is anagrammed, and it entertains or takes in it an I for one. All right, successful people in an intoxicated state shot rifles. So just thinking of a hyphenated phrase for successful people, and I thought of high flyers. So high is in an intoxicated state, and shot is an anagram indicator. If you anagram rifles, you get flyers. Retail promotion includes black, expensive fur. So a retail promotion would be a sale. If you put the letter B for black inside it, you would get a sable. Now, I think it's okay to abbreviate black as B. For example, you might see reference to B and W photographs for black and white. So I think it is an acceptable. I think two in chess notation. No, maybe you don't say B for black. Well, of course you say B for bishop. But I'm sure there are other places, maybe in printing, where B is black. All right, so taking drugs. Obviously, this is going to be using. And then there's a charade. University is U. And to spill the beans for a criminal is to sing. Let's go back and look at 5 across. Action, receiving tennis serve. It struck out. That's a tricky one. It struck out. I think that's going to be the definition. Yeah, oh, I'm thinking the tennis serve is going to be an ace, which is a good ending for a word. And so we're going to have a 4-letter action followed by ace, and it's going to mean it's struck out. So something that is removed from a document, maybe? No, I don't see it. How about C, chessman, king, I, check at first? Well, since it begins with B, I'm wondering if, speaking of chess and B, if that is a bishop, maybe, it could be a chessman. Then king, I, check at first. And, yeah, so I was thinking the definition is going to be a C, which is an area overseen by a bishop. And of course, the bishop is the chessman, king is R, and then I, and the first letter of check is a C, and so you have a bishopric, which for some reason when we were kids and in history class they would mention a bishopric. We all laughed, but we were very young and foolish. All right, drivers suffer terribly after T you heard. Well, luckily we have plenty of letters here, so it looks like this is going to be chauffeurs for our drivers. Suffer terribly. Oh, so we finish with an anagram of suffer. T is cha, and you heard is a homophone of the word you. In this case is the letter U. All right. Lazily covers for injured lady. I'm wondering if lazily covers could mean the outer letters of lazily, the covers of the word, the L and the Y. And then do we have something for, like pro, or I don't know what an injured lady with, that's the definition, or maybe just lady, L-Y. No, I'm not seeing it. Person watching Milanese football side, one asking questions. I think that's going to be the definition, one asking questions. I think there's probably a few words beginning with I. I'm wondering if it could be inquisitor. No, I think that's only 10. Invigilator, I think, just oversees an exam. Oh, interviewer, of course. Oh, yes. And the Milan, oh, of course. If I was more of a football fan, I would immediately think of Inter. And the person, yeah, so someone watching Inter is an interviewer. So obvious. Let's try these downs. Abandoned sailor. Going north, our World War II British soldier. I can think of a World War II soldier in a particular theater of war who were known as the Desert Rats. So abandon is desert. A sailor is a tar, and that is going north are reversed. And that gives us our desert rat. Spoils, implement turned upside down. Well, a pirate's spoils would be their loot, which is tool backwards. Refuse or refuse, last of beer in barrel in a low mood. So I think it's going to mean in a low mood, something like very down, something down. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. How about shorten by 91.44 centimeters, area where ships are repaired? I immediately think of a dockyard, so I assume 3 feet is 91. Yeah, I do remember a foot is about 30 centimeters, so that would seem to be right. And so to dock something can be to cut it. There's our yard. Ooh, so it struck out. Could it be deleted? Yeah, so it's not ace. Oh, unless ace goes inside. Delaced? I don't think so. Oh, but an action can be a deed. So, yes, and so that a tennis serve is that if it hits the net or something, it's a let, and so deleted is right. Ooh, so now, oh, refuse, then turn down. Yes, so there is this word, a ton, T-U-N, which I think means a type of barrel or container. We put the last letter of beer inside that, the R, and if you're in a low mood, you're down. All right. Lazily covers for injured lady. Yeah, so I had the right idea of the covers being the outside letters, but I have to do the definition is lazy, and I have to take the outer letters of injured lady and get idly. All right, let's try 13 down, joining the top half to the bottom. Principal welcomes current PR, seeing what people are saying. Well, principal welcoming something makes me think this is all wordplay. And then maybe what people are saying is the definition. Something like vox populi, or well, maybe it's literally seeing what people are saying. So like captions or sign language, maybe. Current, I think, is I in electrical diagrams. PR might simply be PR. No, my dream of joining the top to the bottom has died. Oh, I suppose this might help me. Charge for traveling through Sumatra in Far East. Yes, so we have a hidden clue. So starting with the T in Sumatra, we have a train fare. Pretty well disguised, I think. All right, let's go back to the crosses. When playing Tori's Charm, musical director. Tori's Charm has 11 letters, so an anagram of that. Let's use the anagram helper. There's no shame in using it. Tori's oh, I keep doing that. Why do I do that? I click on the helper again instead of shuffle. All right. Oh, it's going to be something master, choir master, I think. Yeah, I think that's close enough. All righty. Debauched fellow, one maybe kept in, excuse me, garden shed. So I'm wondering if it is the name of a tool that is kept in a garden shed that is also a word for a debauched fellow. Of course, the only tool I can think of right now is a hoe. I don't think hoe is the answer. Oh, what could this be? Unless it's wordplay and we're going to put an I inside a three-letter word for a garden shed. Oh, a rake, of course, is the tool, and a debauched fellow. There we go. They should bring that word back, I think. A French agricultural worker touring Limousin's capital, not Nice, although I wonder if the definition is not nice, so something like unpleasant. Ah, yes, so a French is un, and an agricultural worker is a peasant, but that tours the capital letter of Limousin, and so we get unpleasant. All right. Some resent our agency supplying group of escorts. Well, Picaroon is being a little frisky this week. This could be a hidden clue. Some of resent our agency. Oh, entourage. Yes, a group of people escorting you would be your entourage. Okay. I litigate about son's problem. Well, if you litigate, you sue, and I sue, which goes around S for son, you get issue. Disturbance ultimately beset Russian capital. Well, the last letter of disturbance is an E, so that might be disturbance ultimately beset Russian. A capital. Of course, Russian capital could be R, just like Limousin's capital, but I don't think they would use the same wordplay twice in the same crossword. No, federal agents in small Spielberg film part. I have a feeling it's going to be federal agents. Small might be an S that starts the word. Federal agents. Not sure what they would be. The Spielberg film is often E.T. But there are other, of course, Spielberg films. And then part. Of course, there's so many meanings of the word part, and therefore a lot of short synonyms, I'm sure. Yeah, not seeing that. Let's try the downs. One hugged by funny actress, most alarming. So I think one is going to be the letter I, and it's going to be hugged by an anagram of the word actress. I'm thinking scariest would be the most alarming. All right, chicken also following a parrot. Oh, yes, a cockatoo, of course. So the chicken, I think, is the cock, and then we have two is also, which follows a, and we get a type of parrot. That man keeps equine animal and large badger. Ooh. Yeah, that man could be him or he. I'm wondering if the equine animal is an ass. So then that man would have to be three letters. Hasim, well, that's somebody's name, unless it's the name of a famous badger. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Let me pause and look it up. Of course, I should have realized that large is part of wordplay since it's so often shortened to L. And so if we do have that man being he, keeps the ass and the L, then you get hassle, so it's badger as a verb. All right. Affirm, or fan of international cricket, might be, well, he might go to, or she go to a test, so they would be at test, and a test is to affirm. All right. Reasons to call plumber, we're told to get vegetables. Well, I think this is probably the most typical type of clue for the quiptic, since it's going to be a quip. You would call a plumber for leaks, L-E-A-K-S, but we're told suggests a homophone, and we have leeks, the vegetables. All right, just this one left for the downs. Cry when upset, getting an onion or a julep, say. Well, I'd like it to be bulb, and sure enough, that will fit. Yes, and to cry is to blub. If that word is upset or turned around, you get bulb, which could be an onion or a julep. All right, so now our disturbance. Oh, well, I'm thinking trouble. Yeah, so once you have the answer, I think it's pretty easy to work backwards. The ultimate letter of beset is a T, and Russian money would be, our capital would be the ruble. All right, so this does begin with S. And what is the Spielberg film part? Federal agents. Oh, they could be the feds, of course. In small Spielberg film. Yeah, not seeing it. Let's try our principal welcomes current PR. Seeing what people are saying. What would principal be? The head, the headmaster, main man. All right, what is this word going to be? Something realist, or I do feel like it's going to be, literally seeing what people are saying. I suppose I was close with sign language, but this is lip reading. And let's work out. I think this is current, the I, and there's PR. And so principal is simply leading. There we go. All right, just this federal agents in small Spielberg film part. Let me pause and sip my coffee and think about this one. All right, I worked through the vowels to see what would come between the S and the G, and I thought of E, and then segment is a part. And so small is indeed S, the film is ET, and the federal agents that go inside that are the G-men. All right, so that's everything. Let's check all. Looks like everything is still there, and I didn't leave any blank squares. All right, well, that was fairly straightforward. forward from Picaroon this week, so I'm grateful for that, to have a nice straightforward crossword on a Sunday night. Anyway, thank you as always for watching and have a wonderful week.